Good morning, everyone. Good day, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching from. You're watching Heart to Heart, and my name is Krista. And we're all digital business owners and work online. Our intention is to have open dialogue about various subjects and hopefully get you thinking. Please keep in mind we are expressing our own opinions and drawing from our own experiences. We value everyone's opinions and beliefs and would love to hear from you. Well, our topic today is Random Thursday. That's I pick a book and I just open it up. So the book I picked from my bookshelf today was by Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. Now, this is an old book. I don't know what year it was published, but it's pretty brown. And it's got lots of bookmarks in it. I've read it and reread it, and I have lots of marks in it too. So the page I opened up to is, I picked a couple of paragraphs to read. It says, there are three ways in which the ego will treat the present moment: as a means to an end, as an obstacle, or as an enemy. Let's look at them in turn so that when this pattern operates in you, you can organize it and decide again. So I went to the final paragraph, and it says, a vital question to ask yourself frequently is, what is my relationship with the present moment? Then become alert to find out the answer. Am I treating the now as no more than a means to an end? Do I see it as an obstacle? Am I making it into an enemy? Since the present moment is all you have, since life is inseparable from the now, what the question really means is, what is my relationship with life? This question is an excellent way of unmasking the ego in you and bringing you into the state of presence. Although the question doesn't embody the absolute truth, ultimately I and the present moment are one. It is a useful pointer in the right direction. Ask yourself it often until you need it no more. Wow, isn't that the question of the day about the present moment, right? Well, after reading it, I know I've had to master my mind and how much thinking I do and getting myself present. It takes work at first when you have a whole bunch of stuff going on, and but after you master it and you catch yourself thinking, whatever it may be, you can stop it and bring yourself to the present moment. Now, when you first start doing that, you're doing it all the time. Like, it seems like you're doing it every 30 seconds. You're like, oh my God, I'm doing it again. Oh my. But after you do it for a while, you think, oh, it's been a half hour and my mind has been quiet. So with practice, it does get better. And I think it's perfectly normal to have a busy mind. I think that's just our human experience, is to have a busy mind. And then one of our life paths is to tone that mind, in my opinion, anyways. So what do you think, Tina? What do you think on this subject?
Had to have some caffeine for this one. Oh my, I get dizzy from the busy thoughts at times. And you're right. Before, learning about Eckhart Tolle or anybody else that you follow that questions your thoughts, right? And things that you're trying to bring into your life to help calm the mind and recenter yourself and be present and work through the busy thoughts. It's challenging. It's definitely challenging, and you can't run away from those. They're there all the time. So it's just about, like for me, it's breathing. I have to breathe because I catch myself and I feel out of breath and I've not done anything. It's from, dealing with the thoughts and being present. and stop procrastinating and checking my ego. And it's hard. It is. I don't even know. It's sometimes indescribable. But yeah, I really like the excerpts that you picked from that book. I mean, I had to read them a couple of times. I've listened to him also like on different like YouTube videos or podcasts or whatever that he's been on. And I've had to rewind it a couple of times too. But yes, it's definitely something at your fingertips that you can work on. There's so much information about staying present and really breathe. Just breathe. Take a breath. Thanks, Krista.
Thank you, Tina. And you're so right. And the reason you feel out of breath is because when we get so caught up in our thoughts, and especially if they're negative ones, and they usually are, you shorten your breath. You don't breathe as deeply. So we shorten our breath, and then all of a sudden we wonder why we're out of breath, like you just said, Tina. And that's exactly why. So to stop yourself, check your mind, take some deep breaths, then it certainly helps. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Okay, Shanaz. You're still on mute.
Good morning, ladies. Again, Krista, another interesting subject you picked. So I'm going to try to go straight to the point of my view. Knowingly reaching my retirement stage, of course, in my mind, in my lifestyle, in the way I live a life, I have ego, hidden ego, definitely. So I find out this book 3 years ago. I start to read about him, and I said, if it's Oprah believe in him, that's it. I should investigate on this. So he did really helped me to find inner peace of myself as becoming a retire. So my life, I from extremely busy suddenly to becoming flat lifestyle. This helped me to find my inner, have a peace with myself, and instead of to stay with the old habit, to change and use this opportunity for a better impact on my personal life and my community around. So of course, with getting involved, same time I got involved with this digital business, and it was amazing for me, amazing transformation. So it taught me you don't need to feel you are alone, or you are not good enough, or you are not useful anymore. Actually, this is the new rebirth for you. And try to use that rebirth to help yourself and your community surrounding. And by gaining more knowledge and understanding about yourself, your quality, and the way you can have an impact in the people around you, in their life, it was a great opportunity. I'm not sure if I'm trying to right way to give you my point of view, but I find that it was great for me to help me to find inner of myself, to have a peace instead of worrying for the future, to live at this moment I am and celebrate, enjoy this moment and use it in a positive way. That was my observation, and it really did make an impact on me.
Yeah, no, perfect explanation, Shanaz. Being present and in the present moment does bring you inner peace, for sure. You said it perfectly. Thank you so much. Okay, Janice, your turn.
Wow, this is such a topic, Krista. I think when I was reading it, at first I thought, what the heck? I don't get this. And then I started, it's like this person is writing beyond my own method of understanding. I must have read it 5 or 6 times, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness. And then I started to think, well, this is what life is about. It's like you are never actually, you're always trying to get to the next stage, and you're moving, and everything else is, you're doing too many things at once. I think that has a lot to do with it. And, you have to be sort of mindful and stay in the present. I think, and the one thing I'm sort of reading at the last line here, and it says, in other words, you are never fully here because you are always busy trying to get elsewhere. And I think in life, that's what we are always trying to do, because our minds are always busy, and we're trying to, okay, now I've got to do this, I got to do the next thing. And you're not really, it's very difficult just to sort of focus on the one sort of thing. And that's where this whole, mindfulness and meditation and everything else sort of comes into focus. And you really have to sort of try and think about each individual person that you are connected with, so that you can obtain that personal connection with them without sort of running around, and stay in the present. When you're in the present, that's like anything. You can't think back, and you're not in the past, and you can't be in the future. You have to stay constantly in the present. And when you're in the present, that's where you have to live and stay connected with everyone who you come in contact with. This is such a huge topic. It's like every sentence, it's like, oh my goodness. Well, I can actually, you can think about what that is and talk about that, because it's every sentence you could expand on. It's like, okay, well, that's what I'm sort of getting at it for the moment.
Okay.
Thank you, Krista.
No, that's perfect, Janice. Thank you so much. And you're right. Our mind is busy, and we're always planning for the next moment. Like even when, like in the morning when you're making your tea, you're pouring your tea, you're thinking about what you're going to do after you pour your tea. You're not thinking about pouring your tea.
Enjoying the tea.
Yeah. So you're always thinking about what you're going to do next. And you're so right. So mastering that and just really concentrating on actually pouring your tea, and that takes some mastering for sure.
Yeah, enjoy the fragrance it's bringing to you when you pour it, that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, Pam, your turn. Thanks, Janice.
When we start, good morning, everyone. Nice to see your beautiful faces. And when you brought this topic up this morning, I was thinking to myself, like life, we have life so busy. Don't we have life so busy? I remember when we were kids, we were never this busy. Like you woke up in the morning and you got out and you had your breakfast, you washed your face. Now, before your eyes open, the mind is going. We never take time to do one thing at a time. Why is it that we feel like we need to do everything right now? We wake up in the morning, like I'm busier now than I was 10 years ago. And it's all here. Because I don't do any more activities because I do something every day anyway. So it's not more activities, but it's brain working. But I put so much stress on myself and the things that I should be doing that I don't actually enjoy what I'm doing at the present time. I'm not familiar with this person in the book. I'm not at all. I need to reread it again. But yeah, life is too busy. And where I am right now is just fine. Because when I'm ready to move to the next step, the next level, I will go there. So don't rush it. Enjoy life. Take one step at a time. Thank you.
Yeah, you're so right, Pam. And I do think that we are busier now. And I don't think it's busier physically, like you said, but I think with social media and the way life has kind of transitioned in the last 10 to 20 years, it makes us busier because we're consuming so much information all the time. And so we really have to regulate that, and we really have to take time for ourselves and, meditate. Just do whatever resonates with yourself, because there's so many meditations out there. I love Joe Dispenza. He does great meditations. But there's so many out there. You just have to YouTube it. You get a nice meditation. But you really need to take that time for yourself to slow your mind down, because we have so much more coming at us nowadays than we did when we were children. So that's why you feel so much busier. And in my opinion, anyways, I think that's why. Okay, thanks, Pam. All right, Jesse, your turn.
Good morning, ladies. It's nice to be here again. Wow, Krista, what a topic. I am not familiar with this author either, so Pam, you and I are in the same boat here. But I do understand the concept. We are very busy in our minds, especially in the Western world. We're very busy because I guess that's the system and that's how we're trained. We want to be proactive, productive, and do everything at the same time. We are in a rat race with ourselves. And not only in the physical sense, but in our minds, we always want to think ahead, do ahead, plan ahead. And it can be very consuming, right? And with that comes with many other challenges. We're not really being in the present. And we don't tend to appreciate what we really have, and we may even have more than we may think or we maybe desire, but we overlook all of that because we want to get the next thing, and consumerism adds to it, right? So today there is, I don't know, the latest device, the new vehicle. Within 6 months, that vehicle gets, revamped, and then there's same vehicle remodeled differently, and we're chasing after that. We're chasing after the new trend. So it's not even just us as humans, but it's the environment that's really also adding to that moment of thinking and wanting to be ahead and competing with ourselves, which is really unhealthy. Only if we can recognize where we are. And sometimes when you do compare yourself with people or those in different countries who are less fortunate, it does ground you a little bit. You realize how much more you have. And hopefully that helps really get out of your head and bring some level of normality into our lives. And I tend to do that a bit, and I share that with my children quite a lot too, when they feel as though, oh, I need to have this, or you give them a meal and it's like, oh, I don't feel like eating that. It's like, no, there is a child somewhere who wish they had that, so you better finish it. So it's all in the grounding, and it's all in really having that healthy competition, comparing yourself with others, and really get yourself into that environment as I have it good nonetheless. That's all I have to share. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jesse. And you had some great points. And yeah, I love your point about having a practice of gratitude to keep you in the present moment, right? Being grateful for what you already have and not always wanting the next best thing, right? So excellent points. And I love that we all brought a different point to the table. I love that when that happens. And great subject for sure. So there you go, everyone. You heard some really good points, and I hope you enjoyed our discussion and it gave you some food for thought. If our discussion sparked your interest in what we do and you're open to finding out more, register for our free live information session happening tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to the website of the person's page you're watching from, or send them off a message and they will make sure you get the website to register. A replay is available as well if this time frame doesn't work for you. The secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, not to worry about the future, or not to anticipate troubles, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly. Buddha. So there you go, everyone. I am signing off, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day.